Did you know that every sector uses a different login page? If you're someone who used to think every login page looks the same, then this video will enlighten you. Hi, welcome back to episode 2 of Test With Me. In this episode, I'm going to take you on a trail of different login pages used by multiple sectors. Let's get started. Let's begin this journey with the banking and financial sector. If you have ever logged into banking applications such as HSBC, HDFC, etc., you will notice their login pages are very security focused. These pages usually include multi-factor authentications, one-time passwords, CAPTCHA, and sometimes even a virtual keyboard. Why is this so? Have you ever thought about it? Because they deal with money, so security is their topmost priority. If you enable just an email address and then password as their authentication steps, then it is very easy for any hackers to hack into these accounts. So hence, any banking sector or financial services always add an additional layer of security just to validate that they are dealing with an actual users and not someone who can randomly hack any username or password and then grab the money. So where there is money, there is additional security. And hence, all the banking sectors uses a different login pages which has this multiple layers of authentication processes. Now let's understand what kind of a login page does the healthcare sector uses. Interesting one, right? Yes. Hospitals such as Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, or even NHS uses a secure patient portals. These login pages often includes patient ID or medical record logins, two-factor authentications, privacy notices, accessibility friendly designed. Here, the focus is to protecting a secure health information while keeping it very easy for patients to use. As you all know that medical is basically dealing with a sensitive health related information. So hence all these medical sectors usually have this multi-factor authentication in it just to ensure the right users are able to access the sensitive information and it is not being leaked out for any other users. So hence medical sectors also uses this multi layers of authentication processes. For example, they usually send a OTP for their mobile numbers or even the registered email address just to validate that this is the right patient who has all the rights to access his medical records. Now let's talk about educational sectors. Most of the top universities such as Harvard University, Cambridge, even Liverpool universities, etc., they uses a student portals and commonly they have these kind of features included in it. So since this is an educational sectors where these portals can be accessed even by teachers as well as the students, and hence most of these pages includes two different login sections. One is for staff or teachers and the other one is for students. And they also have this common features such as single sign-on and even the LMS integration. What is LMS? LMS is basically a learning management system. What happens in this LMS is basically when any students or even a staff enters their student ID or an employee ID along with the password, and when they try to log in, there will be a notification sent to their university portal applications where they have to authenticate and say, yes, I'm the user and hence I approve this login. Once that authentication is done, then they will get an enablement to access the student portal or even the employee or staff portals. So these are the common features most of the universities have when it comes to their login pages. Very interesting, right? So far in this journey, we have come across multiple sectors using complicated login pages, which also includes multi-factor authentications. Now let's move on to e-commerce. This is a sector which uses a simplified login page. Why they use simplified login page is because These are the applications or sites which mostly focuses on speed as well as simplicity. And hence in this login pages, you usually come across only username which accepts email address or phone number along with the password as a login. And some of the applications such as Flipkart, Amazon, all these e-commerce shopping websites will also enable you to access this site without even logging into it. And also one of the unique feature, which unique option what you can see in these login pages is remember me. And this feature is used often for the sites where the users are tend to use the same page multiple times, and since it is not user friendly to ask them to enter the username or password so many different times when they want to log in, this option is given to them. So what it does is it will remember your username and password, and anytime you want to access it, you are straight away log into that site, which gives a best or fastest user experiences. Here the goal is to reduce the friction and then increases the sales, and hence these sites often uses a simple straightforward login pages. Now finally, government sector or the government portals. These systems such as IRS or government.uk or even Indian governments, they usually uses multi-step authentications. When I say multi-step, how is it different from multi-factor? I'm gonna tell you now. These login pages typically requires a unique IDs such as national insurance IDs or tax ID or any user specific unique 7 digits or 8 digits number. And once that is been given, then there comes the verification processes. This includes multi-factor authentication, where any OTPs will be sent to your mobile number or even the email addresses. You have to validate it. And then comes the multi-layer authentication. What exactly happens in this layer of authentication? Usually these portals deals with handle legal and then identity informations, right? Hence security has to be extremely high. Whenever you try to log in into these portals, there is a additional layer of authentication which comes into place, where you have to enable your front camera in order the lens to access your retina details or your facial features, and based on that authentication or the validation will be provided in order for you to access these pages. Since the security plays a vital role in this sector, it has multi-factor, multi-layer authentication in it. Extremely interesting, and then the complicated login pages out of all this. So today we have explored how different sector uses different types of login pages, from banking and healthcare to education and e-commerce. Each one is designed with a specific goal in mind, whether it's a stronger security, better accessibility, or a smoother user experience. Next time you log into a website or an application, take a moment to notice the design and features of the login page. You might start seeing them from a tester perspective. And in any case, when any interviewer asks you, can you test a login page? Then wear your nerd glasses and ask the question, which sector login page do you want me to test? And that's how a smarter tester does it. And that's it for today's episode of Test With Me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.